Hey y'all, fangirls, fan guys, I love you, but be so fucking for real. The internet is not real. Your favorite singer, your favorite rapper, actress, they not real. Who you think they are is fucking fake. This isn't real life. This is simulation, baby. Today, I normally write people's bios and get my shit together ahead of time to know who I'm talking to. And I literally just realized I didn't even write Jerrelle's bio because I know everything there is to know about him.
She already got it.
I know everything. He is an artist, not just a singer, not just a rapper, but an artist. He be writing.
Pen is working.
That pen. He be actually using the pen sometimes. And he be in the studio just coming up with shit. They give him a beat, he be like, boom, bang, bang. He be putting that shit on. Look at the outfit. Okay, we gonna start with the hat. The hat says daddy. The hat says daddy.
Merch coming soon.
Merch coming soon. This says,
all she wants is money.
you are a Villanova grad. The Villanova's Knicks lost.
We did.
That's unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
I feel like these are the most important things, right?
Yeah.
I hit the most important things.
We hit it all.
He's a hoe. I forgot that one.
Wow.
He's a hoe.
I don't know about that, but I mean.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll have some people that disagree.
Do I seem like a hoe?
I feel like everybody gonna say, your hat say daddy on it.
That's comical, you know?
Like, it's not. It's not. I don't think anybody's laughing. I think we're like, yep, he's a hoe.
What is a hoe, even, you know?
So you're an artist.
I am.
So I said the internet not real. Your favorite rapper, your favorite singer, they not real. So Are you real? Who are you right now?
Right now, I'm Jerrelle. But Jerrelle is a creation. You know, like Jerrelle is I took a seed that existed, planted it, and grew something else. You know? Mm-hmm. So Jerrelle is what's presented right now, but in different spaces, I am what the space requires or allows of me. So
if I'm watching one of your little music videos, your little TikToks or something, and I'm like, I have a crush on Jerrelle. Do I really have a crush on you?
You have a crush on an aspect of me. You know what I'm saying? Like that, there's a part of me is in Jerrelle. The same way how a part of Jerrelle is in me and so on and so forth. It probably don't help that I'm a Gemini too. So
I was about to say.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of I don't see people say we have multiple personalities, and that's not necessarily how it works. We have a personality that has several different facets to it, right? We can be 8 things at one time and still that one thing remain true that's consistent about us, you know?
Y'all have multiple personalities and you don't be knowing which Gemini you going to get on a given day, which is why I seen this joint on TikTok, or no Reels, because I don't even be on TikTok like that, that talked about your favorite rapper is a Gemini.
It is true.
Because y'all, the whole thing about the internet not being real and y'all tapping into different personalities and all that, that's why y'all can do that, because y'all are Gemini. So y'all have different joints.
Lauryn Hill, Kendrick, Tupac, Biggie, Ice Cube,
Kanye.
Yeah, the list goes on. There's more that I'm forgetting, of course.
Yeah, but those are
those are gigantic names just
in itself.
Yeah, gigantic names, and of course there's a ton of other artists that I'm forgetting too, but that's just off the top. But yeah, Geminis are very, and our mind's always in 100 different places at once. Like even when it doesn't turn off. So even when I'm not thinking about, right now I'm thinking about something I started writing 3 weeks ago, accidentally. You know what I mean? Like it just happens.
Who was it about?
Who was it about, or what was it about?
Who?
It was about, ironically enough, a girl that I didn't really talk to or know like that. I knew her because friend, whatever.
But you her.
No. I don't everything.
Okay, I agree. You don't everything, but everything that's to you, you want.
That's not true. That's not what? No. I mean,
if you want it, you want to get it. That's the thing about you.
I mean, that's not necessarily how that works. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, you know, the situation allows you to line it all up where you end up mutually in a space that, you know, gives you what you need, and other times you don't. You know, it just, you know, cash green, baby. You know.
All right. So it was about a girl that was a friend of a friend.
Yeah,
and you just now thought about her.
I didn't know her at all, but I had an opinion of her just based off the little bit that I seen. I was like, why do I think that? So then I wrote the song to explain why I thought that. Like, why do I think these things about you just off meeting you for like 10 minutes? You know?
So the internet is fake. So you think a lot of relationships be fake? Like that's for celebrities, like artists.
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of relationships, even outside the internet, is fake. Like, I feel like when we say the internet is real, we mean that literally in terms of what you see on social media and all that. But also, the internet is real stands for like a meaning of like, you know, presentation isn't real. Like if I present to you a certain way, we all know couples who it's like, oh, you would have never thought they had problems, and then they break up, and you're like, what happened? I thought y'all was getting married, and then you find out it was really horrible behind closed doors. Like you never know what people going through. So like that's the internet is real. Isn't just the internet. Like presentation isn't real.
Yeah, I feel that too because it always be the that was just in my DMs, like
that's been cuffed for like 6 years.
That's been cuffed, and then I see on Instagram he like, oh my baby, I love her, love you down. Post at the post. I'm like, oh, but you was just trying to talk to me, and I wasn't even really giving you no play. That is crazy.
Except when they black men, because black men don't cheat.
So you don't cheat?
What? No. Neither
of the 10 fucking versions of you cheats.
No. Now, I've cheated before, but that was when I was young. Like I feel like.
So you.
No. High school. When you're in high school, you're still learning and growing and becoming. Those are developmental stages.
So,
my adult self, as an adult, like from let's say like 23, 22 on, because when did I get in a relationship after high school? It was somewhere between like 22, 23, somewhere in that time frame, whatever. That person never cheated ever. Like me as an adult never cheated.
Okay.
Under 18 never did.
Now, so if you dating a girl and she tell you she cheated when she was 17, you're not gonna be worried about her?
I mean, that don't got nothing to do with me if she cheated when she was 17. Like,
okay. That's a very what's that, liberal or a progressive? That's a very progressive way of thinking.
I feel like your past. As long as your past don't influence nothing that happened now, like we walking around town, you dated everybody in this. Like that's a little bit different. If I gotta deal with the past now, but if I don't gotta deal with the past, I don't gotta undo. There's no point in me. I low key don't even know if I want to know if I end up fucking with you like that or like you a certain way up front, and we get certain like I low key don't want to know because like why would that's just gonna cause an issue in my just leave the past where it's at.
I don't wanna know.
You know what I'm saying?
I was supposed to get in the studio the other day. I was at his studio session. I didn't because I was surprising him for his birthday because he a little Gemini and all that. So we had to surprise him. But I was supposed to get in the studio and sing my ass off for his birthday. I was about to be like, you know the Marilyn Monroe joint when she was singing the JFK? And she was like, happy birthday, Mr. President. I was going to do that.
You know what that made me think of?
What?
Remember when Chloe Bailey did that whole Clovers and Kisses joint? She was on the bed and she had the lollipop.
Yes, and then she was doing a little stuff, like twerking her little butt and all that.
Well, I don't think she did any twerking whatever in the video. She was just on the bed, like in a little lingerie set.
Yeah, she was. I remember the lingerie set.
Yeah, and then she was like talking with all like really breathy and all that. That makes me think of that. That don't got nothing to do with nothing, but I just thought that I should throw that out there.
You think that her persona is real? You think she really like freaky deaky sexual like that?
No, I don't think so. I think that's a way she wants to express her creativity and a part of herself that she's probably exploring through her creativity. But it doesn't seem to me to be something that I would say is real. I think most artists, the persona you're presenting is something that they've always wanted to either indulge in more or a part of themselves they never got to fully explore that they're presenting forward. Because like that creates the best characters. Like, you know, it's like Heath Ledger diving into the Joker. You know what I mean? Like you find that part of yourself that connects to the character and you just run with it.
What's the danger of that? Because Heath Ledger is no longer with us.
Well, that's the danger. You get lost in the character. It's like a lot of artists have identity issues because they don't know who they are anymore. Like once you dive into a character, especially with the artist shit, because like real life and this presentation get blended real quick. So it's like you might not know who you trying to be. One day you in the club pretend to be a sex symbol, and then next thing you know, you realize at home you're not fulfilled by anything. You need all this crazy shit just to feel sexually fulfilled or something like that. You know what I mean? Or all of a sudden you playing a gangster and now you really think you are, and you getting yourself into shit that might not be aligning with who you actually are because like you fell into the character too much. You know what I mean? Like it's uh, I think the industry at
Like
some
Ja
point,
Morant.
yeah, exactly, yeah, but like the industry at some point pushed artists to be real, which really meant like don't allow your character to change at all. Like be this character all the time publicly, and that led to people thinking, oh, this character is something that really is real and exists, which led to artists now struggling with their own ideas of self. You see a lot with there's other reasons for this too, but you see a lot with people like Justin Bieber and even Usher at a point, and there's so many people went through different things that caused that. It's really hard to kind of balance it out because you're taking on two different identities. That's a big thing with Tupac. I think that's how Tupac ain't who y'all think he is.
Okay,
You know?
we gonna get into the Tupac. Let me ask you first. Given that we have all these examples of people who are playing characters, really anyone who's in the public light is playing a character to a certain extent.
Of course, even politicians.
Oh,
especially politicians.
Well, politics is showbiz for ugly people.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. Like point blank, period. It's the people that was not cute enough to make it in entertainment. So they had to switch that shit up and get into politics to be like, you know what, I'm going to be real good at school. Or I'm going to get into this and act like I care about people and all that. Because I'm not going to make it in Hollywood. I'm not going to make it as whatever. Because you ain't bad enough. Because to be in the entertainment and that, like, you got to look a certain way. Or at least be able to get your shit off.
I mean, I don't know that I would go that far because there's
I feel like there's books about it and stuff. Politics really is show business for ugly people.
See, politics is show business. I agree with the ugly people. I'm like, there's politicians that aren't ugly. You know what I'm saying?
But it's like ugly per industry standards.
I mean, but everybody's ugly per industry standards. Even the people that are in the industry are ugly until they get into it and get work done. Like,
yeah, but there's potential, right? Like the people that look the best have a good base. Let's take Miss Kimmy. You know, I'm always talking about my Kardashians, right?
Mm-hmm.
Her base, gorgeous, stunning. She was 13, looking better than most of us, okay? So, yes, Shorty got a lot of work done, but you have to have the base to really get into the industry so that they can tweak certain stuff.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of people that be getting in and they don't have that base, like especially when we talking about men.
Okay, but
and a lot of politicians are men specifically, which is another issue in things itself. But yeah.
But a lot of politicians that make it to a certain point was entertainers first. So it's either people who was entertained
now, but like historically that
Ronald Reagan.
Yes, but like again, that doesn't.
That's 50 years ago, whatever the that was.
But that's still a minority. He still wasn't the majority in that case. He still was a minority. That's not everybody. That's like again, like now we're starting to see more and more people with that background. But that's just because we're starting to see more people generally with influence get involved, and we're starting to see because of creator economies, creators have influence. So therefore, politics is a natural progression.
Yeah, and that's why now there's a little bit sometimes more better looking people in there. But what I'm saying is, in general, the basis of the shit is show business for ugly people because you got to put your arguments together. You have a whole press team. You have a whole persona. You have a fucking mantra. What the thing was Obama, it was change. And then what's the Trump, make America great again. You have a whole thing. Like, it's show business for people who are less attractive. It just fucking is.
I mean, I'm not willing to die on the less attractive hill, but I can agree on show business.
Fine.
I can agree on show business.
I'm dying on that hill though. Traditionally, but now I feel like it's kind of shifting because to your point, like there's the creator, whatever economy, and people who are creators more often than not are something nice to look at least a little bit. So it's shifting, but I think traditionally that's what it was. And it may be a little bit different from women because So for women, you have to be the type of attractive back in the day to be a politician where it's like you're attractive, but you're the like, oh, I'll take you home to my mom attractive. Versus like Marilyn Monroe would never have been a fucking politician. She could the politician, but it was Jackie Kennedy who had the brown hair and the less curves, but she was still cute. Everybody thought she was stunning. Everybody was like, oh, Jackie Kennedy's stunning. But she wasn't the fucking titties, the curves, and the blonde hair type bitch. You need the bitch that you gonna take home to your mom. She's like, that's a nice girl to be a politician for in the female genre. But yeah. Why were we talking about politics? I was gonna ask, do you feel like you might get lost?
I think a lot of times I get lost, but I think I'm the other way around, probably because I haven't gotten to where I expect to get yet. But as of right now, I feel like I get lost in almost like leaning too far into me. I feel like once you get to that point as an artist where you lean really
Separate.
into once you like, or not even that, once you have fully developed that character and you really can lean into it.
Yes.
Because like, I think I have my brand very well developed as far as like how that goes and who I am for that.
But who helped you with that?
Well, of course, that's how we got it there.
But you gotta say it to the people.
Oh yeah, you know, this is my publicist right here. You know what I'm saying? She know all the we built that. You know what I'm saying? We built it, you know. Like that. That's that, you know what I'm saying? But I think that where my problem is, I feel like the actual character itself I'm trying to develop, acting like that in person is where it's very different than the brand you've developed. You know what I mean? Like the brand you've developed as far as like this person that you are, like in public, in on the screen, all of that you have to know even what your mannerisms are, how you act, how you talk, the swing of your words, all of that.
Yeah.
I'm still learning how to lean into that and figure out what that even means.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of people, once they get to that point, that's when you start to get lost in the character you created, because now I'm even taking on the little small shit that my character does. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's very easy to drift away from who I am, because I'm like, even my mannerisms don't align with who I actually am on, you know, the inside. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I feel that. I feel that. And you a Gemini, so it's already exhausting me. And you like every day you wake up and you a different version. You don't know what version of you about to wake up and be. That shit sound exhausting.
And I'm antisocial too. Yeah, like it's like,
I know.
I'm like I'm socially antisocial. Like when I get into the social setting, I'm cool. I'm great. You would think that I don't want to leave. But then the hard part is getting me to that. So
we on the outside seem like we opposite.
Yeah.
But I'm the same way on the low. It's just on the low. Like me, I also be like, I don't want to fuck around with certain, like, I don't want to hang around with certain people. That shit is exhausting. Like, if it's not people that I want to be around, it's like painfully agonizing you.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go to the strip club.
Sin City.
And he ain't go.
Listen, I can't even party while a nigga pursuing this.
He's corny. He's so corny. Like, anyway, so we was talking about Tupac. You and Tupac got a lot of similarities. Number one, the Gemini thing. The Gemini thing alone, like, y'all is a different species. And you said he's not who we think he was.
Right.
So I think when we think about Tupac in the public light, we think about the gangster activisty, like, like, I want to bring the hood up. I got to do this. Like, I came from nothing and Brenda's baby. That's what we think about. I think about that nose ring.
Yeah.
I think about that body. I think about that, like, that little Thug Passion. Don't he got a song that did it? Like, Thug Passion. You don't know that song?
I think I know what you're talking about.
You know I can't sing. I'm supposed to be making people think I can sing though. We're going to edit that. We're going to get that.
You got to edit the song in over this part, just like.
No.
So put it in the background just so they hear it a little bit.
I'm not ashamed of who I am, because when I get in that studio and they put that little auto-tune
I mean, just so they know what song we talking about. Give them a little, like, 5 seconds.
So he got that song, and that's what I think about with him. Like, I think about that whole joint. Yeah. But you're telling me he was somebody different.
So here's my thing. Tupac, one, came from a decent home. Like, he wasn't somebody, his parents were, I don't believe they were together, but his dad was, like, heavy in the community. His mom was very prominent in the community as well. They were involved in his life. Like, that's where his initial activism stemmed from. Tupac was somebody where he went to school for, like, the arts too, I believe, and all of that. And there's this interview, if y'all find it, out there of Tupac like speaking before he, kind of like left and started doing rap and everything like that. And Tupac, I think, is a lot more in the middle than y'all realize. Like he went to school for and was doing acting and things like that in school.
Did
Like
he do ballet?
yeah, he did ballet. Like he was very well versed in arts. So I say all that to say like Tupac was not this like thug or all of those things were aspects of self that he found in the character Tupac that he created for his artistry. Like he figured out what do I need Tupac to represent? What aspects of self can I pour into this character to become what I need to become? And he dove into that character full force. But that wasn't him. You know what I'm saying? Like I think there was so much more to him than just that. That we never would have gotten to see or whatever, because again, we never got past that initial mask that was created that was the artist that he became. Because even when he went on tour initially with Digital Underground, he wasn't seeing much success. You know what I mean? And I think even at that point is when he was figuring out his character. And I think that was why he wasn't seeing success at first, because his character was still being developed. When he came back off tour after being unsuccessful, I think he workshopped his character and got called back, and that's when he came back as like this refined character who had like the Brenda had a baby and all other stuff like that. Like he developed, he went dove into the activism first. Activism turned into like this kind of like thug kind of like thing, and well, really, it was more women's empowerment first. It was women's empowerment providing a story for Black women from a Black man. Then it turned into kind of like this thug life type of thing that he developed, and that kind of like what stemmed from that was activism that came through like kind of like prison reform and all of the stuff that he felt was wrong with the systems and how it was affecting Black people and things like that. um, all very dope ass kind of constructs, but constructs nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? Like Tupac was not just this like Tupac wasn't even a thug for
I was
real.
gonna say at
He
all.
wasn't a thug. Like that was not him. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't he dove into character and he became Heath Ledger. And that's why Tupac ended up where he was because the character really pushed him to be all in.
And if we talk a lot about people taking up space that's not theirs. He didn't go through that thug life. He didn't go through growing up in poverty, a single parent household, but he took that and used it for profit at the end of the day.
Right.
He took those people's pain, and if he was
Well,
white,
he became that.
He became that. But if he was white and became that, we would have a problem with it. Do you think it was fine for him to do that?
I think so, partly because he was part of the Black diaspora community to begin with. You know what I mean? Like he was, and because he was used, although he did profit from it, he was telling stories that hadn't been told. He was still serving a purpose and was an instrument to a certain degree. But I do think, and this is where it connects to modern day, and a lot of people not gonna they're gonna be up in arms when I say this, but Tupac was the first experiment of what ended up becoming Drake.
Okay.
Tupac was
Explain
someone
that.
from the middle who like knew how to get into the character. He knew how to play a certain character, whatever. The problem was with him, he dove too deep into the character, and that led to like what we see now, which is his unfortunate passing. Right. Drake was that iteration. Tupac would have been Drake if it wasn't for his diving too deep into the character. Drake is the version of like that where it's like, okay, I'm able to balance out and understand who I am versus who his character is, and that's why the differences between Drake when he's talking to his peoples or doing this or doing whatever is so vastly different because of that. And I think those artists in the middle are always the ones who are more successful. You think about the Drakes, the Lottos, the Beyoncés, um, people like that, Doja Cats. Like these are people who started, to be honest, in the middle. Like they didn't start from the very bottom, dirt, whatever. They started from a place where they had an understanding of what was ahead of them and what was behind them very well and very early. And they took that understanding, created a character that could balance the line and kind of toe the line and go back and forth how they needed to go to be successful. I think when you're too far on one side or the other, your success is limited. You know what I mean? And I think that's what we're seeing in that. It's like this Tupac experiment playing out in artists like Drake, in artists like Lotto, in artists like even Beyonce. Like it's playing out in all these bigger artists that are now coming to the surface because they have this understanding of center field and where they exist in the middle.
And you said you do not think that it's wrong that he took an experience that's not his and made it himself
I think it would have been more wrong if he wasn't part of the community.
if he wasn't black.
Yeah, I think this was well. One, I think people gotta understand all artists are putting on a performance all the time. Like what they're presenting to you is part of the show. So it's like if you already come at it from that understanding, there's so much to gain more almost from the artist then, because it's like, well, why are they choosing this character? What's the real pull of this character that I'm now watching play out, and what are they doing that's telling whatever story? So yeah, I think I wouldn't say it's wrong. I could see why some people might feel that way, and like I wouldn't fight too hard on that, but I do believe that like it was necessary, and it's something that like in doing that he provided a
Mm-hmm.
service that became a pillar in the black community. Like there's so
Mm-hmm.
many songs, even women being felt feeling like they were being heard, and from all people, a black man like that was needed. Not for nothing today. That's what we hear a lot of black women, especially, complaining about is not feeling heard, represented, seen, or supported by black men. So now him as a black man coming and providing that and being that not only
Mm-hmm.
was like a guideline or a guiding beacon for others to kind of like see, but it was also something that was needed for the entire community to be able to feel like they had a champion. You know what I mean?
I'm so big on that because your favorite celebrity is a human and they're gonna do fucked up things. We're all sinners, right? So
Go see the movie.
such a good movie. Oh, you got the little thing on. Smile. You think he looked like Michael B. Jordan?
We don't look nothing alike.
Because people be telling him that.
We don't look nothing alike. They see a brown skin man and think, oh, you look like another brown skin man. We don't look nothing alike.
Okay.
A little bit.
All right. Well, I'll let the people decide. They gonna do a little votey vote. But we gonna see.
Them girls gonna get mad you compared me to him. They gonna be like, you don't look nothing like that man.
First of all, it's just been other people have said that about you, and I'm just bringing it to the forefront to see if it's agreed with. I'm not saying in one way or another. I'm just asking the public opinion. So, your favorite celebrity that you look up to in any type of heroic way, you're just looking at an archetype, a character. You're not looking at them as an actual person. And I knew that. I used to think that I was going to marry me a little NBA player. Athletes are entertainers too, by the way. Yep. I feel like we don't talk about that, but athletes, they are just in shape entertainers. But them is entertainers too, especially the ones that are like the faces of their leagues and stuff like that. So they're entertainers. But I had a point where I thought, before I knew that everything is fake and everything is like an exaggeration, I thought I was about to marry me an NBA player. Like, I was so sure for years, even when I was in middle school. Damn. Like, I was below 13. Like,
wasn't playing, huh?
Yeah.
You started early.
My first NBA crush, I think, was Derrick Rose. But yeah, I like his wife now, Elena. But yeah, that was my first NBA crush. But then, and I still, even as an adult, was like, yeah, it's gonna be me and an NBA player. And I always dated, everybody I dated is like somebody who's an athlete for the most part. It don't matter what the sport was. It was like I was always dating athletes. And then as I became an adult, it was like, okay, they were an athlete before, like they're a former athlete or a current athlete.
What was the reason for that?
Why was I doing it?
Yeah.
Because I knew. I was like at the time.
What did you know?
Being a fucking, I thought the image that was being portrayed of the lifestyle of the NBA player and his was what I thought I wanted based on the image that was portrayed. Now, and then I always had LeBron James as like my favorite player. Never no crush. Like, that's more so like, oh, you could be my dad. Like, oh, you're so cool. Like, whatever. This is going to connect to the stuff, I promise. Because I think about the community that's built with having an icon to look up to and be like, oh my God, LeBron, he's this, he's that. Right. The lifestyle of being with an NBA player is this, is that. You have you build community around that. You get to see another day, you're inspired by that shit, right? So as I actually spent more time with athletes and like eventually NBA players, like in real life, because I'm like a grown adult and I'm pretty, so I could do that. I realized this not what I thought it was. Like the image, like the veil came down. And I was like, oh, I can't. Like, this is crazy. My dreams of the fucking became nightmares. The veil, when you remove the veil and you actually interact with these people as they are in real life, based on instead of what you see on TV, baby.
Well, I mean, again, like the internet isn't real, and even speaks to like I guess like society and how we look at shit now. Like even there's a lot of men that don't actually like women, and women that don't actually like men because what they are buying into is images that are sold to them through social media.
Mm-hmm.
And when they meet someone who's the actual gender that they want to, date or whatever, they don't know how to interact there or what to expect there. Their ideas are vastly different from what actually is. So it's like you like the idea of that.
Exactly,
person,
but it's
not
not what actually is. And
Yeah.
that's what happened with when I started meeting. And it's not even, I'm lying about saying just NBA players, but just entertainers in general. I feel like I always was in those types of things. And when I started meeting them and I saw like, oh, this is what it is in real life versus what I thought it was, I didn't want none of them. I didn't want no parts of none of that shit because all the shit that people was presenting was so false and fake.
Right.
I won't say the name because I feel like if this ever blew up, I would have to take it down. So I'm not going to say it, but it was an NBA team was in Chicago where I currently live. And I had went to a thing. They take your phones away. You got to give your ID in your phone at the door. Security, you can't have, like, this how you want to know where your phone is, your ID, your phone. So, but mind you, they have all your information. You don't get to keep your. I'm telling you, they keep the ID in the bag with your stuff. So you don't have nothing that you could call somebody and be like, "Hey, this is going on. You can't record nothing, whatever. Nothing can happen." So you give that stuff up. You go in, and they have open bar because they want the girls litty titty. So it's open bar. You like cool. Everything's paid for. You're taking your drinks, whatever. You're not thinking about it. Whole time I was drugged. They put like a little bit of Molly in them drinks because the players had their own separate bottles that was they like stuff that they was pouring from. But the ones that they was giving us bitches was coming from these weird, like I looked at it was like a different little color and I was dumb. Sometimes this shit don't be working. That's how them bitches got caught up with that Diddy shit.
There's a lot more to there's a lot to the Diddy shit.
I know, yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, even me, I'm pretty smart. You would think I'm like smart. You took a little minute to do that. But I'm smart. But
NYU.
Shout out NYU. It's like a trendy school right now.
It is.
Like, period. Yeah, I'm the smart bitch, y'all. But they still drugged me, right? Because it was like, I was like, why is it a different color? But the lighting was kind of different in there. Like, they had weird light. And I was like, oh, it's the way the light is hitting the bottle. Dummy. Why everybody that I was with was all, like, I had 1.5 drinks. Not a lot. And they was mixed drinks. Like, not just like, oh, I took shots. Like, 1.5 drinks with soda water in it. We was all sick as ever the next day. Like, heads pounding, dehydrated. And then then when you think back on it, like, a couple of my friends was, like, doing, like, caressing shit on the players. Like, stuff that they wouldn't do in real life. They was, like, I was going to say the player name, on somebody. Right. It was, like, and when I think back on it, I'm like, we was high the whole time, and we did not consent to that shit. I did not consent to that. But they drugged us in there. But you think the players that was there, one, married, two, they're like the premier echelon players that we look up to, that we be like, oh, you're the best man in the whole world. We all want to be like you. It's those players that's there. Married. Oh, this is an example of black men don't cheat. Da 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 da. No, they cheating in they to do it. Taking them home in they big ass rented cars. 6 of them in the car. I seen it. There, I got drugged. I'm a victim for real. So don't believe what you see on the TV, on the damn internet. The shit is fake. They fake and they all bad people. But I still agree with having the image of who they are because it gives you something to strive for. Because my feelings was really hurt for a while because I was like, the veil has been lifted, and I was like, am I going to be able to watch basketball in the same way and engage with entertainment in the same way that I was engaging with it? Like, I thought it was ruined for me. Like, I thought like I wasn't going to be able to enjoy something I've been enjoying since I was a kid. I've been watching basketball since I was 2-3 years old.
Right.
All sports. So not all, but like the sports. But yeah, like I thought like I wasn't even gonna be able to enjoy life no more because the veil just came down.
Yeah.
So I also, how do you feel about this? I feel like we also shouldn't be trying to dig too deep. We be trying to know who everybody is that's in the media and this and that. And we want to know the real you. I don't want to know.
I agree. I think it's also a lot on your artists. Like, to be honest, we make these people idols and whatnot, but nobody signed up to be an idol. If I want to be an artist, I signed up to make music that I felt like was important because of whatever reason, put it out there. And if I expand to other things, I decide to start acting or whatever else, I decide to do that because of the actual artistry that comes with that. I didn't sign up to teach your kids how to, like talk to people politely or do whatever else. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like generally speaking, like people need to separate the even being a role model from being a public figure, a celebrity artist, sports player.
Because
whatever.
role models should be.
You can't be a role. You can't. How can I be a role model to somebody and they don't know me?
Right. And
So.
I think like again, the figures that are like upstanding or that we control media enough to think that they're upstanding.
And hey, parents, y'all gotta parent y'all kids. It's not my job to do it.
But not even
sorry,
just
like,
that.
If Cardi B decided to get naked, you'd be like, oh, my kids, watch what your kids is watching.
Right.
Like, at the end of the day, parents have to be parents so that, like, if there's a movie that's rated M, we're not going to say the movie can't play because, like, oh, well, we have kids. Your kids shouldn't be seeing the movie.
Right.
If you don't want your kids watching a certain thing, whatever, you have to monitor. And yes, it gets harder and harder with more and more, technology per day, but that's why you have to monitor your children's stuff. If you're not ready to watch over that and anything like that, you have to make certain provisions then. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, again.
Or you just have to teach your kid right from wrong.
Yes.
Because it don't matter if I see Cardi B naked when I was younger. It's like maybe that'll make me think. I think it probably, certain things like that made me think like, oh, men like nudity, sexuality. But at the end of the day, if you don't have the home training to know like
right,
a man will take advantage of you if you walk in the street looking like that, you could get yourself hurt walking out the street looking like that, then you're walking out like that because you don't have the home training to know. But Cardi B ain't the reason that I fucking.
Look, at the end of the day, music is influential, art is influential, of course, but it all starts at home. Like, y'all, if you feel like someone is easily influenced, then don't allow them to be around that thing to influence them as much. Like, so if you feel like your child is easily influenced, first off, I don't want to hear you tell me that your child was influenced by music, all this other stuff, and you let them play GTA. You already don't talk to me. I don't want you to tell me, oh, they're easily influenced. You let them watch this violent movie or whatever other thing because there's a superhero in it or there's this and or that. Whatever. Don't talk to me. I don't want to hear you say any of that when you allowing them to do all these other things that might not be appropriate for their age. So if you can make the designation like, hey, my child is ready to play Grand Theft Auto, my child is ready to play Call of Duty, my child's ready to do all these other things at whatever age, you shouldn't be making this judgment like, oh, it's the music. No, it's you. As a parent, you don't. And our generation is
not too much on the parents now.
Nah, we talking about accountability because like, y'all get me tight with this. Oh, it's music. The music is this. The music's not the problem. You don't know how to parent your kids.
Not too much on the parents now.
Nah, too much on them because like y'all not go out to dim art and say this art can't exist. This person should be doing this. I don't like. If you don't like it, then don't watch it. Don't support it. Don't even now on social media. Y'all get me tight. I'm about to rank. Y'all get me tight.
I'm screaming.
Why do y'all go on social media and complain under comments of things you don't like when you could just not watch it and the algorithm won't show it to you? You go under the comments arguing, people doing all this other stuff, put negative out, and then get negative back. When you could easily just ignore it and only focus on the things you like. If you go on social media and you only comment, interact with the things that you like to see, that's all you'll see. And if someone's reposting stuff you don't like to see, stop following that person. It's that simple. Or mute that person. Do whatever you gotta do so you're not seeing the things that they share. But y'all would rather just sit and complain than actually have a solution to the problem. And in a lot of these cases, parents, people that's complaining on social media, y'all are the issue yourselves. And the reason why y'all can't figure it out is because y'all haven't looked in the mirror lately.
You can sing Michael Jackson. Looking like the man in the mirror.
Because that really be getting me tight. Like, you know how many people complain about music, saying artists shouldn't be able to make this or shouldn't be able to put this up or da da da. And then you talk to them and then you be like, oh, well, what's your kid doing right now? Playing Grand Theft Auto. What? Your kid playing Grand Theft Auto? You complaining about me making what? My music is in Grand Theft Auto. What are we talking about? Like, y'all be getting me tight.
Can you do a Michael Jackson impersonation?
I'm crying.
No, you're not The Weeknd.
Not The Weeknd.
That's not your vibe.
But yes, artists should, I think generally speaking, we shouldn't be going that deep into artists. It should be.
Yeah, I think just let it fucking go.
You should accept what's presented and accept that also this is entertainment.
It's entertainment.
It's only for you to be entertained. If you're entertained, stop there. Because at the end of the day, like the other, and of course, if someone does something, like same way with companies, if someone ethically does something in their business you don't allow, of course you don't support that artist. Okay, cool, great. I'm not saying you should always just stop there.
But don't dig.
But like y'all be digging into stuff. Oh well, he believes this about life, and I don't agree with that. Or oh, he does. Of course, because they're people. Like just allow yourself to be entertained for what it's worth. Not for nothing. Y'all, you wouldn't know what your doctor thinks about this, that, and third, but you still go to your doctor. Like, if you knew stuff, there's probably doctors you wouldn't go to, probably dentists you wouldn't want to go to. Like, just allow yourself to, like, live.
Get the service, because entertainment is a service that you're receiving. Exactly. So just get the service.
Of course, if things blow up and you hear stuff you don't like, I'm not saying keep supporting those people, but, like, y'all go out of your way to find something. It's almost like going through a partner's phone. Like at an early stage in a relationship. Yeah. If you go looking for something, you're going to find something. So like, you know.
You is.
Come on now. I know my name called me, but I ain't going to go through your phone. How did we get here?
You never know when you're talking with somebody who got ADHD. You never know.
How did we get here?
I don't know, but let me ask you this because I feel like this is an important thing that I've been meaning to ask you, but then I had other things that I wanted to ask, and then we got here.
You know what I'm saying?
But like, do you think Tupac is really dead?
I think so. I mean,
you don't think he in Cuba? I went to Cuba and I ain't seen him. I was looking though. I was like, if he's alive, I'm gonna find him in this bitch. I ain't seen him.
Listen, I don't think he is. I think Main Man got taken out, which is a whole nother conversation for another time.
I just want to know who took him out.
Well, I think Main Man on trial right now.
Oh,
yeah.
Did he?
Yeah,
we can say it now because he in jail, so we ain't going to get killed or nothing for saying it.
The people still got power behind the bars, but
not him though, because they trying to take him down. I really want to take. You remember that song?
I do.
You was to that back in the day when you was in high school.
I don't know. No, you know what song I did a lot though? The Weeknd and Wiz Khalifa. Remember?
That was that shit.
Mm-hmm. So bad, girl, I think I could get used to you. I might have to take your number when I'm through with you. All I ask you is try to earn my memory. Make me remember you. That was that work.
Yeah.
That was that work. What?
That was that work.
Like,
they could have just took Wiz off of that, but that was his song.
It was like clockwork. Anytime I really was trying to get into something, Mom, cover your ears. You don't need to be here.
I was just about to ask you.
Why are you watching this podcast?
Anyway,
yeah, anytime I was really trying to get into something, remember me. Like, what? Yo. Me and my right hand, Blake, we like clockwork. He put me on to the song the first time. He's like, bro, you gotta use the song. I'm telling you, they like the song. I heard it.
They do. Bro, I can speak for the days.
What?
They do like that song.
Mm-hmm. That
they do.
Often. The Weeknd had some things back then.
The Weeknd, stop.
The Weeknd had some things back in the day.
He did.
Come on, and then of course, you know, he's a whole nother topic. But Trey Songz back in the day too was a bull for them Jones too. Like,
and I never really got into the Trey song, and it's not because I knew he was a creep. I didn't, but I just because Chris Brown ain't no creep. He just boom boom powing.
Chris Brown got that Ike in him. Yeah,
he got that Ike in him, but them Chris Brown joints, them be the ones for me. Them be the one, and the Weeknd too. Both of them, they be the ones for me. Yeah. So you think that?
Yeah, I think Diddy was the boy that pulled the trigger.
Okay.
Well, okay. He ain't pulled the trigger, but he had the trigger pulled.
Okay. He had a pull because he ain't really like that.
I think he behind. His dad was, you know, you remember American Gangster? The right hand of the main character, American Gangster, was Diddy's dad. Diddy's dad was like that.
But I thought he moved to Mount Vernon away from his dad with his mom.
Something like that, yeah. But like, I mean, he still had who knows what
Mm-hmm.
connects he could have made as he got older with his dad. What, you know what I'm saying? You just
Mm-hmm.
never know. But yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he did it too. I think it
I
was.
think I think he got Pac and Big.
Yeah, because you know how much money he made after Biggie died?
Listen,
He went up. That money came.
he made a song about it.
Uh-huh.
I ain't saying. I'm just saying. You know.
I mean, no, I definitely think, like, and I don't even think that's a conspiracy at this point. Like, I just really think that that's what, like, actually happened. For real, for real.
Listen, I wouldn't doubt it.
I mean, what percent would you say, like, you would be willing to die on that hill or
That he was behind both of them?
Mhm.
That he was behind both or just had something to do with both? Is there even a difference between that?
There is a slight difference.
I'd say that he had something to do with both. I'd say I'm like 85 to 90% willing to take that. That he himself
orchestrated
everything.
Could go
maybe
either
like
way.
60
Both is
70.
bad.
Yeah,
Both is bad.
yeah.
Whether you had something to do with it or you orchestrated it is bad.
He's still dead wrong, I think. Like, I mean, for a lot of things, but in Tupac and Biggie specifically,
he did something.
Yeah.
Now, we want to talk about you being a Gemini again, because I feel like I kind of let you off the hook a little bit.
Let's talk about it.
So,
what do you want to talk about?
I have Gemini trauma, and this is going to be a serious part of the segment because the sensitivity of the nature of the stuff we talking about.
They say Geminis are mirrors. I'm not saying that this is all the way true because I feel like they be dragging it a little bit, but they say a lot of times Geminis reflect parts of self when they deal with you. So depending on what point in life you mess with Geminis, it could also have been that,
Here's the thing, no. Because this is what I feel like. Geminis bring the crazy out of you. And if you're already a little bit crazy, which I claim, right? I don't be claiming like I'm no type of angel or nothing. Never. But now when we come to these Geminis, y'all be a different person on different days. And for somebody like me who is a Cancer, I'm a feel a different person on a different day. And that's going to hurt my feelings.
Also, shout out the fact with all this that my right hand, one of my best friend in the world, cousin Blake, he's also a Cancer. So two of the people I'm really between her and Blake, they both Cancers. Because he loves us
so much. He's so in love with Cancers.
And my dad is a Cancer.
He's so in love with Cancers, y'all. It's crazy. I feel like any Gemini that's watching this, I don't know, if you don't have a Cancer in your life, that might be why your life ain't shit.
Damn. How you know your life ain't shit?
Because all Geminis have to have a Cancer that they obsessed with in their life.
Somebody look up at some point what the relationship is between Gemini. I never looked it up, but look the relationship between Gemini and Cancer and just.
Oh yeah, we should look that
up. In like comments or something, just educate people because.
Yeah, like what is this supposed to? I feel like
is there something there, or is this just?
It's something there because I didn't really get into the astrology like that until being a for real adult. So I wasn't seeking them out.
Might have to go see a spiritual lady about that. She might have some answers for you.
Yeah, because I wasn't seeking them out because this is before like I started thinking about, what was the signs of all the people that did shit to me. And I was going back and I was like, okay, his birthday was this date, Gemini. His birthday was this date,
You go down to New
Gemini.
Orleans with the lady that got the little dice with the monkey foot and she do a little joint with that. You talk to her. Go talk to Auntie TT and all them. They get you right. She get you right now.
What's your favorite sign that you done fuck with? Okay, tell me best sex sign that is the best sex and sign that you could see long-term relationship with.
Best sex. I think Sag. I think that don't quote me all the way because I could be wrong, but I think Sag. Could see myself long term with. I'm gonna say Virgo.
Really?
Maybe Virgo and probably Virgo and Aries/Leo.
The Aries/Leo I see. The Virgo shocked me. That shocked me.
I mean, we'll never know until I try it. But I'm supposed to fuck with Aquarius as a Gemini, but I can't. They got these issues. They got a God complex. They think they right. They try to turn everything they do into a thing of like, oh no, I'm doing it for the better. Like I can't.
They do got a little God complex. They do.
Aquarius is I can't.
Yeah, I can't fuck with them. They piss me off. They piss me the fuck off.
I don't even know if I can fuck with them in friendship. To be honest with you, I can't.
I could do January Aquarius as friendship.
February Aquarius is what?
Yeah, I could do January though for friends.
Yeah, I can't do no Aquarius. I can't do it.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate.
That's crazy.
Sorry to that woman. I could see her walking down the street. Wouldn't say a thing.
She'll be all right. She got a God complex anyway. She'll be just okay. A-okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wonder if any Aquarius that I've messed with would see this and have something to say.
Probably.
If you do, go ahead and get on the pod and talk to.
You know, a girl tried to kill him before.
Let's not even go there.
He was laying it down. She tried to kill the. She was trying to get all his pass codes. She was trying to be able to get in his crib whenever she wanted to. She was trying to fucking chop it off and run away with that.
What a life we live.
What? I'm really telling the truth though. This is not a lie. This is not a game.
I ain't refuting.
Not a game.
Listen, fellas, when you see the red flag,
because it could end in your life not being here no more.
You know that TikTok be like speed. Y'all gotta dip off with speed.
How did I get there? Where do I? And if the girl that fucking tried to kill him see this, bitch, I've been wanting to fight you, right? I've been trying to fight you. And he won't let me. That's how you know you was trying to kill the right one. Because I was going to go to your address with my cousins and all that. And it was going to be over with for you. He said, no, I can't do that. And I was like, all right, I got this other idea. I'm going to send her a roach in her name for Valentine's Day from the zoo. The zoo lets you do that. Anybody who needs to do something, just know you could do that. DM me, whatever, and I'm going to tell you how you could do that. It costs like $10, $15, and they send him a certificate, all that. He said, no, I don't do that, because it could be straight back to me. I feel like you should end on that note.
I don't endorse violence.
His Instagram is Call Me Jerrelle.
Call me.
Call him. Listen to his motherfucking music. That shit is good. He got
no grudge coming out.
I was about to say he got his little shit coming out, and I'm gonna be doing my little shaky to it. I'm learning how to dance because you know Nigel taught me how to bachata.
Yeah, we did learn. We learned.
Oh yeah, we should practice it together for one of our little TikToks. And I'm learning how to do me a little shaky, just a little shake, not nothing too crazy, just a little so like when the song come on, I could be an advocate for it, like an advertiser, and I'm moving something with it. Cause the whole like what you say, what's the dance you say I be doing with my titties?
I forget what it's called. It's that joint. It's the joint that the girls was doing on TikTok. Fuck, I forget what it's called.
But yeah, that only takes you but so far. I gotta learn. Nick, we supposed to ask you this question about the titties versus the ass.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We can end on this.
So I have titties, y'all, and I've had these forever, literally decades. Okay. And I say dudes don't really care about titties the way y'all girls who be getting your titties done think they care. Black men, I don't know nothing about no white men because I ain't never did nothing with none of them. But the black men, they don't be caring about your titties the way y'all be thinking they do at all. Like, it's not that they look at my boobs and it's like, eh. But it's just like, that's not going to be the thing that's like, damn, I got to have her at all. Never has been. So I never really cared about having boobs. And when y'all little girls with y'all little titties and y'all fat ass be like, the little titty fat ass girls be like, oh, I want to get my boobs done. I'm like, no, don't touch them. Don't touch them. No, this is the look. I'm telling you from a male perspective, this what you need. Don't touch them mosquito bites. You leave them joints right there, okay? Leave that little thing right there. You good. And then, oh no, I just like the look or whatever. No. So I'm going to ask this dude right here. If you had to choose one, ask the titties, what you choosing?
I'm going to ask me. I'll choose ass for sure. If I had to choose.
And you feel like most is like that, right?
I agree, yeah. But I will say, like, as I've gotten older, I appreciate more so if you do have, like, some it don't got to be nothing crazy, just something. Like, I appreciate it. But I still would always choose ass over that if I had to make that decision.
You. So if you watching this and you a girl thinking about getting your titties done, save your bread.
Y'all are all beautiful. Let me just say, mama, however you are an angel. Okay?
He don't believe that. He lying.
You are wonderful.
That's part of the act. He don't believe that.
There is somebody for everybody, no matter who you are.
There is somebody for everybody. I do believe that, but he don't.
And there's beauty in everybody.
He don't. He's lying.
No matter what.
But there is beauty in everybody, but he don't believe that.
So yeah, you know, whatever you are, just appreciate that.
But
I
if you
appreciate
don't
you
have the
being you.
titties and you have the mosquito bites and you got an ass,
I appreciate you.
come to him.
I appreciate.
Call him.
That's my name.
Subscribe, like, follow. I Love You But Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. I Love You But Be For Real, BFFR on Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your little things, Apple Podcasts, whatever. We're motherfucking out. I done took so long. Love y'all. Bye.